Hello and welcome to Business Exposure's online website training. Today we're going to talk about how to update or change existing content. This is going to be a several part series, so this is part one of how to update your website content. Today we're going to use the Northeast Presbyterian Church as our example website. So let's get started. The first thing let's notice is the top menu bar in general. We have several drop down menus that contain content. And we'll click through some in just a second. If you scroll down a little bit, we're going to notice you have a traditional 3-column layout. The left side, we have some content, we have some content in the middle, and then we have some content on the right. Typically, when you see content on the left or on the far right, we call those modules. And any content you see in the middle is typically called an article. And we're going to talk about a little more about that in just a few minutes. So let's go ahead and just pull up some example pages. We're going to go to an I'm new what to expect page. And you're going to notice in the middle section here, we're going to call that an article. And on the left side of the page, these are called modules. We have a recent sermon module, we have an upcoming events module, and we have a welcome to Northeast module. So you're going to ask, well, how do we change this content? Perhaps we have on our what to expect page, maybe we had some spelling errors, or maybe we need to change or refresh the content. So let's go ahead and log into the administration section of the website. So typically we use Firefox for this, for our web browser of choice. And I like to open up two tabs. The first tab, I like to have just the live website. Let's go to the home page really quick here. And on the second tab, I like to open up the administration section of the website. So let's go ahead and log in with the username and password that you were provided. There we go. And we have a general menu for editing content, and there's a lot of tools here, but we're only going to focus on two of them today. Here you automatically see a button here called Article Manager, and if you actually go up to extensions, you're going to see the other tool called Module Manager. So let's start with Article Manager first. So let's go back to the live website just for a moment, and let's pick an article that we want to edit. So let's go back to this I'm new what to expect. And then you'll see that page come up. Okay, so we want to edit something in this section here. So how do we find the article what to expect? Okay, so let's go back to the admin section. Let's go ahead and click on Article Manager, and you're going to notice lots of content here. The green checks mean they're published, and if you want to unpublish one, you can just simply click it and it'll get a red X just like this, and it'll disappear from your website. But how do we find what we're looking for? Well, we have several drop down menus here. We can filter if you know what section it's in. We can talk about that a little later as well. So for example, there's different categories that your content may be in, and it'll take this list and it'll help filter and sort that out. But for this demonstration, we're just going to type in here the word what, W-H-A-T. We're just going to hit go. And boom, what to expect. It's a published article. It's in the section Northeast, and it's in the category of, it's on the home page, and the original author was the administrator. So I can click on the link, what to expect, and there it is. So if we click over to the live page for a minute, so let's say let's take the word to and just temporarily change it to the word on this day. So here it is right here. Just put the word on, and now we have up at the top we have a button called apply and another button called save. If you apply the change, you don't get taken away from this page. You stay on the editor. If you hit save, you're taken away. We're going to hit save, and you come back to this page. So I'm going to go back here. You see the word to, but we're going to refresh our screen, and now you see the word on appear. So let's go ahead and change that back. So in summary, we just simply took a partial name of what the article was, which in this case, what to expect, and we type the word what. You can actually even narrow it down to WH. Hit go, what to expect. We're going to click on that, and the word on, we're going to change that back to to, and this time we're just going to apply it so I can show you the difference. Apply it, and you notice we're still on the editor page. We're still editing the same page, and you notice it's changed there. Let's go back to the home page view, and right there it's on, but let's refresh our page, and the word to appears. So that's basically how to edit articles. Let's talk briefly about the actual editor tools themselves. Up at the top we have the title of the page, what to expect. We can change that if you want. The alias, you probably want to leave that alone. That has to do with the search engine optimization, and there's other tools that we have on the website that actually look at that right there. The editor himself, which is here, it resembles the Microsoft Office 2000. So basically we can highlight text, I can bold the text, I can maybe make the text bigger, smaller. If you want, I can actually look at the code that makes up the page. So there's the actual code. So we can make changes just raw right in the code, and then you can update them. You have your justified, or line center, align left, and align right. You can select different font sizes, different font colors, font families. If you actually want to delete a full section, let's say we're going to just delete this temporarily. Let's say we have some new content we want to put in here, and let's say someone wrote that content in Microsoft Word. Well, you can actually copy the content out of Microsoft Word, and there's a button here with a W for the word, and you simply click on that, and then you right click your copied content from Word, and then you can paste it right into here, and then you just simply insert it, and then the new content that you have will appear here. You can also do the same thing if you just have a simple text editor. You can copy that same text in there. And that pretty much concludes articles. Another tool over on the side here is what we call the parameters. So when you scroll down the parameters, this shows when this page here was created, and we have a start publishing date. But let's say you want this, maybe this is some event in your article that is going to end at the end of the week or end of the month. You can actually select the date that you want this article to stop publishing live to the website, and when that date is reached, the article will automatically drop off of the website. And this concludes a simple overview of articles. Our next video will give a demonstration of how to edit a module, and also how to determine what the difference between the articles and the modules are.